The following is an exclusive presentation of the NCCU Sports Network.
North Carolina Central University hit the road to visit Morgan State for their homecoming and didn't take long to hit the scoreboard as Malcolm Bell connected with Levante Smith on the opening drive to put the Eagles up 7-0 just 2 minutes in. 3 plays later, Reggie Hunter comes up with an interception. And that leads to Darrell McClain finding the end zone to make the score 14-0 in the first 5 minutes. The Eagle defense had a big day as they forced 5 turnovers, including this 4th down stop early in the game. NCCU held the Bears scoreless in the 3rd quarter with help from this fumble recovery from Antonio Brown. And Jeremy Miles contributed a joint team-high 8 tackles. Down 17-14 in the 4th with just 4 minutes left, Naiil Ramadan throws a strike to Jalen Wilkes to put the Eagles ahead to stay 21-17. Morgan State had one final possession, but it came to a halt after Reggie Hunter got his 2nd interception of the day. And that would seal the game for North Carolina Central. NCCU is now 6-2 on the season and 5-0 in conference play as they head into the bye week.
All right, we're here with the victorious head coach, Jerry Mack, 21-17 victory over Morgan State. Was that a kind of a sign of relief after you saw Jalen Wilkes go into the end zone to put the Eagles ahead late?
With us, it's never a sign of release. I mean, we was in a situation where defense still had to come on the field and do a great job of holding. It was almost like deja vu from a couple of years ago, almost the exact identical score, and the situation was very, very, very similar.
Talk about when Malcolm goes down and how you guys adjust.
I think one thing you saw was the character of our football team. You know, we were able to pick up quarterback who hasn't played very much this year. He was able to come in and throw a touchdown, did some good things for us, scrambling around, and that's what I'm really pleased with Naiil about. You know, we just had to continue to play. You know, one thing we talked about our team at the halftime was somebody was going to have to make some plays. Somebody was going to have to make us a little bit better. Malcolm wasn't coming back. We knew it. So defense, special teams, and our offense had to step up.
Okay, and Jonas pointed out you not only lost one quarterback, but really 2 when LeGrand went down, kind of the quarterback of the defense. Talk about how the defense was resilient with his absence.
It goes back to character. It goes back to character of our football team and just how they're being relentless. We know LeGrand is a great player for us, but we also know we got some other guys that stepped up. You know, you saw Reggie Hunter tonight did what we talked about doing all week, and that's our underneath coverage, coming up with 2 interceptions. We were relentless, as we always are in the defensive line, so we did a great job of holding them to a low number of total yards. So, you know, you just saw everybody take their game to another level when we lost 2 key art players.
Did you I know you don't like to look ahead, but was there any discussion of, hey, this game could make the difference between whether or not we go to Celebration Bowl? Was that mentioned at all?
I mean, every game is like that. But the thing we focus more so on is just making sure we completed the game. You know, we wanted to make sure that we did what we had to do to make sure that we would continue to put ourselves in a position. And now we're still undefeated in the conference. So our hopes and dreams still alive to try to make that bid at a bowl.
The halftime speech to the defense, like we need a shutout?
Not really we need a shutout. We just need some people to make some plays. I think that was the biggest thing, not just defense, but we talked to the receivers about they were going to have to step their game up and make Naiil great. We talked to the special teams about they was going to have to try to create some turnovers, try to create some momentum in field position. Everybody, this was a total team win, I think, the essence of it. Everybody stepped their game up and did what they had to do.
At what point did you realize that Naiil was getting comfortable? I mean, he hit Khalil for the big game, and he started getting some runs. Then he hit Jalen for the touchdown. At what point did you realize he was getting comfortable out there?
Well, it was more about the win than anything. You know, that 3rd quarter, we didn't have the win with us. And then the 4th quarter, I thought we did a great job of making sure that we had the win with us. We were able to push the ball down the field some more. Khalil Stinson came up with a great play. Naiil put just enough air on it where Khalil could adjust to it. And then toward the end, you saw in the 4th quarter, Jalen came up with the touchdown pass.
Was it a situation where you had to limit the playbook a little bit with Naiil, or you just kind of opened up once you got a little bit more comfortable?
We do. We have a package for Naiil going into every game, and so we were well prepared on our call sheet. We have a set of plays, and even some of the plays that we felt like he just kind of created and made things happen. He did a great job coming in and matriculating the ball down the field, and for the most part, protecting the football for us.
For the defense to hold them to punts, and like 3 turnovers in the second half, having to shut them out, and they did it. What do you rank that performance for them on this year?
I think the defense is playing great. Right now, our defense is playing out of body, like I like to say sometimes. Defense, I would grade them probably B+ to almost an A because there's almost room for improvement. But tonight, what you saw the special teams come up big, flipping the field. You saw offensively guys, reserves come in and do some great things. So that's what I'm most proud. 2 years ago, we was in the same situation, and we came out on the opposite end of the stick. So that's what I'm really proud of our team back. You can see the maturity and how we're growing as a football team.
Linebacker Reggie Hunter, 2 interceptions on the day. Talk about the one that sealed the victory for the Eagles.
Coach Mack said at halftime, one of us got to make a play. Linebacker, DB, somebody on the team had to step up to make a play. And at that, I felt like either the linebacker, either one of us, me or Jerry, had to make a play. And I felt like we made a play on that one.
Talk about, Malcolm goes down, and just the kind of game that it was. The defense knew that they had to keep the points off the board. So talk about that defensive effort in the second half.
Yes, sir. When Matt went down, that was a big hurt for us. But we know Naiil would step up and do his part. And as a defense, we knew that we had to play to a whole new level. As in playing where we was at, we had to step up to the bowl level. Yes, sir.
Those 2 picks were the plays pretty similar, like similar plays there.
Yes, sir. I was in my curl spot and I dropped back.
We surprised him, but he threw it right to you on both of those plays.
Yeah, like I said, Coach said he don't look at his under routes, and I was in the position at the right time.
At halftime, did anybody on the defensive side of the ball kind of step up and talk and say, hey, we got to pitch a shutout in the second half?
Yes, sir. From the huddle at halftime, all the players we got together, we knew that the momentum was not on our side, and we had to step up.
We're here with redshirt freshman quarterback Naiil. Naiil, you had to come in a difficult spot. What was that running through your mind?
Coach talks about overcoming adversity a lot, and, it's just time to step up, next man up.
Your first play was picked off. They got kind of tipped the pass. What were you thinking as you go back to the sideline? Like, God, this is not the way I want to start the game.
Yeah, it's definitely not how I wanted to start it, but I knew my team needed me to step up, so I just came back out and just tried to put that in the back of my mind.
When you hit Khalil for that big game, did you kind of feel like, okay, that's the pass I need to kind of get me going and get me comfortable?
Yeah, I like to kind of get going, get in the rhythm of the game, but, after that play, it kind of started to slow down a little bit for me.
What about, was it nerves or just mostly you were just so locked in what you had to do, you really wasn't even thinking when you was out there?
Yeah, it's just a kind of spur of the moment. So, like I said, Coach always talks about being ready when your number is called. That's what I was focused on.
And then you hit Jalen for the touchdown. By that point, I know you're really comfortable. And what were you seeing on that play to find him on that one?
Yeah, we practiced that play all week. Their safeties were kind of aggressive, and we knew that we had a chance to hit them coming behind them.
When Malcolm went down, did any of the guys come say anything to you, kind of give you any support? We got your back, we got you.
Yeah, the whole team really. They talked about how they had me, and if I had their back, they had mine. So it was a big team effort.
How did it make you feel for the guys to pull you aside and tell you that, hey, we got you no matter what?
Oh yeah, it just made me feel like it's a big family. We are a big family, so just like my brothers.
How does this rank in your career, throwing a game-winning touchdown in the fourth quarter?
It's definitely the biggest moment so far. So it's great.
We're here with Jeremy Miles after the 21-17 victory over Morgan State. Defense had to step up big in the second half. Talk about that effort today.
Yes, sir. With LeGrand Harley going down and momentum swinging the Morgan State side, we had to step up. Coach Mack spoke on at halftime, just emphasizing on how we have to make the momentum swing. Somebody has to make a play. And from a defense perspective, we just took that into our own hands, and we just had to make a play, and we won the game.
Did you say anything to LeGrand?
I told him I got him. I said, man, we got a bye week next week, so rest up. And if it takes me to play every play and for him, then that's what I'll do, and we executed.
I know when guys go down, any of your teammates, it's hard. But if that be your best friend, see him go down, and you have to take his place, what was going through your mind the whole rest of the game after he went out?
Yeah, when I seen him on the ground, I definitely was worried, just to see how severe the injury was. But, just mentally, he stayed up. He helped me out on the field, you know, giving me my ins and outs of what I messed up on. So, you know, I was definitely worried, but at the same time, I had to keep my mind focused on the task at hand, and that's winning and beating Morgan State.
Defense forced a couple turnovers in the second half and shut them out, pretty much shut them down. Let's talk about you guys being able to rise up to the occasion and kind of shut them out and seal the game.
Yes, sir. Well, first I want to start with the defensive line. You know, they were hunting all game, you know, and without them causing a disruption, and those interceptions probably wouldn't have happened because they was in the quarterback face the whole game. And just in whole as a defense, we stepped up, and that's what we had to do. Our coaches emphasized it all week. We had to step up. We had to make a play. We had to get 3 turnovers every practice, and that's what we did.
How many every practice?
We had to make 3 turnovers every practice.
Okay, you guys got 3 today?
I believe so.
Practice paying off?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it rewarding? You know, you do that every day, and they stress it on practice to see it turn over to Saturday and actually happen?
Well, it definitely is rewarding because, you know, our coach is always giving us things to learn from and what we can do on the field. And I definitely feel like we took that to the field and we won.
How big is this victory for you guys? I mean, you faced adversity a lot this year, but here you're down late in the game. You lost your starting quarterback, one of the leaders on defense, and you guys still found a way to win.
Yes, sir. It just shows the resilience of this team. You know, we've been through a lot. 2014, this was basically like a mirror picture of exactly what happened, but we came out with the loss. But this time we won, and, you know, it just shows that how much growth we've become throughout the season, and hopefully it continues on.
This has been an exclusive presentation of the NCCU Sports Network.